Good morning. The coffee's hot. Added a sprinkle of chocolate this time. It tastes really good. So it's been a while, couple of days. I've been gone, been working on the blog, etc. And I'm on social media, and I know there's this blackout coming out February 28th, which is good. I like it. I like the idea because I've posted several times before. The government should fear the people, not the people fear the government. We are ultimately in control. We decide who gets into office and who does not. We have more power than we think. But because of that, we might abuse our own power. And this comes with the store Target. And my answer to you is don't target, target. Let me explain. I have friends and family that work at Target. So I'm very well aware of the culture that's there. And it's a good one. Okay. They do protect themselves. They're happy working there. They love what they do because of the culture. You can't say that about every job, especially in corporate America. But now people on social media are upset because of Target and the DEI issues that they're facing. And my answer to you is it's not that simple as let's just go ahead and boycott them because this creates other problems and you have to understand the root of the problem first. And first that comes with guess who? The Supreme Court, who made DEI an issue. And so now states are jumping on board on this ruling and starting off with Florida, who's suing Target based on a multi-billion dollar lawsuit that their DEI practices wasn't explained well to stockholders and everything else, the shareholders. Now, they're not the only ones. There are other attorney generals for the state that have been sending letters to certain companies saying, we're coming after you. Now, I know there's been the opposite of that. There's been some stores, I believe Costco is one of them, that isn't doing that. But I also believe, don't quote me, but I think ultimately it's what Target's going to do. They just, instead of using the word DEI, they use another word and they say, hey, look, we complied magically. But you have to realize that when Trump violates the law, yeah, we saw that a few times, right? We got upset as we should. And this is why we have this issue, this constitutional crisis, because what if the executive branch, which is required to enforce the law, decides to not enforce the law? That's a constitutional crisis. Everyone, a lot of people on the right saying, "Oh, that's not true. You people are that's all you're saying." It's just common sense. Legislature passes the law, judicial branch interprets the law, and the executive enforces the law. They don't get to pick and choose what laws they want to do. Now, besides that, the Supreme Court is the one that caused this mess to begin with. Of course, there's Clarence Thomas, who in the past, in an interview, said he didn't even know why George Bush appointed him. So I'm not even going to get into the hints on DEI hire there. But regardless, when you go after Target, who's facing billions of dollars in lawsuits from all these attorney generals now that are going to jump on board and maybe make this a class action lawsuit, targeting them, right? Boycotting them means less revenue. Less revenue means the people that are there, that love that culture, that enjoy working there, that maybe were hired through DEI programs, are going to get their hours cut. And so what you're doing is you're cutting your nose to spite your face. It doesn't make any sense. Go after the real companies that you know are against this all out. All right. The people who've spoken against this, like Jamie Dimon at Chase. He's very happy to get rid of DEI. He was in a rage the other day, maybe a week ago, about forcing employees to go back to work, complaining, because that's the way I look at it, complaining that since COVID, he's had to work 7 days a week. There's a lot of people who work 7 days a week. I'm one of them. And I don't make $40 million a year. Now, that's my question to him. You make $40 million a year. How many days a week should you work? I think you should work 10 days a week, not 7. But he is definitely one against DEI. Find out who those companies is, not those companies that people are saying they're obeying in advance. No, they're preventing billions of dollars in losses. That's what they're preventing. This is a business at the end of the day. They have to take steps to protect the business, to protect shareholders. And if that means rewording DEI and trying to find another way around it, by all means. But like I said, I know people who work at Target. Okay, I know I will find out, just like I did the other day, yesterday, as a matter of fact, that one of their managers, who is Indian, I believe, was verbally attacked and called endless derogatory names by an older white person. He doesn't deserve that. Obviously, he doesn't deserve that. And that other person, they'll get banned from that store. But still, all we're doing is fueling this. What are you going to do? You're going to let the right win? Oh, we got rid of Target. Now they go to Target and you don't? Think about what you're going to do. I'm for the blackout, because the blackout is non-discriminatory. It's going against everybody, and that's fine. But really target those stores, okay? Those companies that really are anti-DEI. You can find those easily. Don't just go by a meme. I saw one of those memes that had Chase. I'm like, Chase is the last company that should be on there. So just think about it. Don't ban certain stores automatically just because you saw something on Facebook. I saw on Facebook yesterday, the Save. I think it's called the Save Act, where if your name, they're trying to make it, voting. Republicans are trying to make it more difficult. Which, listen, that's well researched. The issues on voter fraud. It's like 0.00001 of 1%. That's fine. You want to make it, you want to have two forms of ID, whatever you want to do. But people are saying, oh, look, women now who got married and changed their name can't vote. And that's what they're doing. They're going after the women's vote to prevent them from voting. No, they're not. There's other ways around it. You can just show them other forms of ID, passport, etc., to confirm that is, who you say you are. And I understand not everybody has a birth certificate. I happen to have mine. But still, I get it. People have fires, they move, they relocate. Maybe they're from other countries and don't have the birth certificate. That's fine. But it's just all you're doing is having another form of identification to get your voter registration card. So, we got to stop with the disinformation too if it hurts us. All right. So keep that in mind. Don't target. Go after the right stores. All right. It's Sunday. Enjoy your cup of coffee.